As the opening scene unfolds, the movie introduces Ginger and Bridget, two rebellious sisters who have an obsession for taking strange photos about how they would like to pass away in the future. Their weirdness causes them to not have any friends, so therefore they share an unbreakable bond and have made a solemn commitment to stay together even after their passing. Now, the following day, the sisters present their weird photographs in school for show and tell, but this causes their classmates to make fun of them and discuss their teacher. He asks to see them after school in his office and ends class. The students then head out to the field for gym class, where the sisters get into a heated game of floorball with a bully named Trina. Trina decides to play dirty and pushes Bridget illegally. The younger sister falls into a corpse of a dog, whom has been brutally murdered by another animal, and Ginger goes to confront Trina to avenge her sister, but the teacher stops her in time, and the sisters leave. Now, as school ends, the sisters devise a plan to get back at their bully. They plan to kidnap Trina's dog and fake a scene where the dog has been assassinated by someone. Just then, a boy named Tim goes up to Ginger and tries asking her out, but she rejects him, leaving the boy all upset. Bro has no riz at all. Now, back at home, the sisters get into an argument with their mother during dinner. She punishes them by grounding them to their room, but the rebellious sisters ignore that and secretly sneak out late at night to execute their revenge plan on their bully. As they make their way to Trina's place, a mysterious beast attacks Ginger and drags her into the woods. A frightened Bridget chases them and soon finds her sister being bitten by the beast. Bridget quickly hits that beast with her camera, and the flash temporarily blinds the monster. The sisters use this opportunity and run for their lives. They soon find themselves on the road with the beast still chasing them. But as the sisters cross that road, a van out of nowhere hits that beast and eliminates it. The driver quickly comes out and is horrified to see what he's done, as he sees the two sisters and the knocked down beast. Later, the sisters arrive home and call out for their mom. However, they don't get a response, so Bridget takes her wounded sister to the garage and tries to call for medical help. But Ginger somehow miraculously heals and stops bleeding, so she stops her sister from calling 911 in order to avoid trouble from her parents. Looks like someone just became Wolverine. While Ginger's resting, Bridget decides to see what her camera had captured and is horrified to see a werewolf in that picture. So the next day, Ginger starts experiencing pain in her stomach, and her younger sister starts getting suspicious of her. So when her sister's in the toilet, Bridget forces her way in and is shocked to see hair growing out of Ginger's wounds. They get all scared, so they go to see the school nurse. The nurse tells them that Ginger is just experiencing her first menstrual cycle and tells them there's nothing to be worried about. However, at home, Bridget isn't convinced and starts advising Ginger to be cautious about everything, but this somehow upsets her and they soon get into a heated argument. As days are passing, Bridget can be seen researching more on werewolves, whereas Ginger starts experiencing physical changes and starts to look more attractive. When she goes to school, she captures all the boys' attention and starts being popular at school. Then she gets together with Tim, the boy who she rejected earlier. Looks like my man's getting lucky tonight after all. Now elsewhere, Bridget gets approached by the driver from the night before, named Sam. He questions her about what they saw that night, but the girl decides to not say anything and tells him to meet her somewhere private. Later, they meet up at a safe house, and Bridget reveals to him that her sister might be a werewolf. They soon come up with the idea of using his silver ring to cure Ginger. So that night, Ginger has some fun with her new boyfriend, but that passion soon turns into pain as Ginger starts eating him instead. Bet old Timmy boy didn't see that one coming. She then heads back home, and Bridget is shocked to see what her sister has done as Ginger vomits in the toilet. Bridget asks if she did assassinate Tim, but she reveals that she had eaten their neighbor's dog instead. Bridget starts doing some rituals on the silver ring she'd acquired earlier and places it in Ginger's belly button. But to their disappointment, nothing happens. Wait, why can't she just wear the ring? Anyways, the next day at school, the sisters get into another heated game with Trina, where she pushes Bridget down again. But this time, Ginger doesn't hesitate and immediately attacks Trina with her werewolf strength, severely hurting her. Their teacher sees this and sends Ginger to the principal's office. Elsewhere, Tim, who had held hands with Ginger that night, can be seen in the toilet. However, his liquids soon turn red and he gets horrified. He runs out of the toilet claiming his eggplant had exploded. Bridget sees what had happened to Sam, so she quickly takes Ginger to see him. He tells him that he had found a plant that might treat Ginger's werewolf issue, but the only problem is the plant isn't easy to locate. Just then, Ginger gets mad at Sam, thinking he wants to take advantage of her young sister. The sisters soon fight, with Ginger leaving. Now that night, Trina goes to find the sisters, where it's revealed Ginger had taken away her dog. A heated fight soon breaks out between Ginger and Trina. Bridget tries to stop her mad sister, but she doesn't listen. Distracted, Trina manages to slip out of Ginger's grip and goes to grab a knife, but she accidentally slips and hits her head on the countertop and perishes. That escalated quickly. The two sisters then bury Trina in their shed, and Bridget tells her sister to not go out anymore and lock herself in their room, which Ginger unwillingly agrees. As more days are passing, missing posters looking for Trina start setting up around town, which frightens Bridget. As she's roaming around school, Tim suddenly gets a hold of her in the janitor's closet. Turns out, Tim's been infected by Ginger's werewolf virus and is slowly turning into a monster too. He asks for Ginger so that she can treat him, but before he can do anything more, the janitor comes in and he leaves. Now that night, Bridget happens to see the plant Sam was talking about on her mother's desk and asks her mom for some. After getting that plant, she goes up to tell her sister the good news, but is horrified to see Ginger trying to cut off her werewolf tail. Fortunately, Bridget stops her in time and the two go to sleep. Now the next morning, Bridget secretly locks Ginger in the bathroom and heads out to create a cure. However, that pissed off Ginger. Somehow I got a feeling this ain't gonna end well. Bridget goes to find Sam, and they soon develop a possible antidote that might either cure or assassinate Ginger. They put it in a syringe and Bridget leaves. However, when she gets back, she's shocked to see that her sister has escaped. As she goes to find her, she bumps into Tim, who's trying to eat a young girl. He attacks her, but she takes out the antidote and injects him with it. To her delight, Tim seems to recover and he wanders off delusionally. Bridget soon finds her sister after school hours, where Ginger had already taken out their teacher. Ginger blames her sister for locking her up, causing her to lose control. Bridget tells her to stay in the office while she finds supplies to clean up her crime. But when she leaves, the janitor discovers Ginger's gruesome crime and gets attacked by her. Bridget soon comes across this and tries to stop her sister, but at that point Ginger's already out of control and she continues to beat him up, eventually taking him out. Ginger then tries to infect Bridget, hoping to turn her into a werewolf too, but changes her mind and decides to find Sam instead. Meanwhile, the sister's mom finds Trina's finger in their backyard and discovers that her body had been buried in the shed. She goes to find her daughters and bumps into Bridget along the way. She tells her to find her sister and informs her that once she does, she'll set the house on fire and start afresh with them in a new city. Damn! A mother's love is something else, huh? At this moment, a mutated Ginger can be seen trying to seduce Sam, but he pushes her away instead. This causes her to get mad and she attacks him. Just then, Bridget arrives and stops her. She then slashes her own and Ginger's hand, purposefully infecting herself with the werewolf virus, and takes her sister away. Sam doesn't like this, so he goes outside and knocks Ginger out. However, Bridget tells him that his antidote works, and that they need to go make more. So as they're driving away, Ginger wakes up and starts mutating even further. When they reach home, Ginger, who's now a full werewolf, attacks him and runs into the house. Sam and Bridget take this opportunity to create the antidotes. After they're done, they go outside, but Ginger finds them and grabs a hold of Sam, brutally attacking him. Bridget then finds Sam unalive with Ginger beside him. Ginger sees Bridget and gives chase. Bridget, now trapped in her room, picks up a knife with the antidote still in her hands. Ginger soon catches up to her and continues her evil act, but Bridget accidentally stabs her sister with the knife instead of the antidote and terminates her. The movie ends with Bridget crying over Ginger. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.